we're going to be talking some NX rumors, Star Fox, Miitomo, Nintendo, back in the red, and much more. So, before we get started, let's go ahead and introduce our panel because you guys all know who we are. So we got the elitist over here. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
What's going on, people? ActiveSyn here, and we're back!
Let's go
Of
ahead
Team Red
and
Talks
introduce
Nintendo,
our panel.
where we
'cause
bring
you
you
guys
all the
know
NX
who we are.
rumors.
So
We
we
bring you everything related to Nintendo every single week.
and the commoner. Oh my god, you need a new one.
Yes, no. I love being the commoner.
You like
bruh,
the
'cause,
commoner?
Like, listen, let me tell you why I like the commoner, bro. Like, we Nintendo fans, right? So, like, the struggle for Nintendo fans is so real. So, like, the people need to know, like, they got somebody that's
On
gonna
their
be there
side.
in the trenches with them, that's struggling with
Right.
them. You know what I'm saying? We trying to come up together.
Yeah,
So
Nia
yes,
walks among the people,
I
she
walk
talks with the
among the
people, she
people.
fights for the people.
Yes.
All right. So when the people go to jail, she go with them. Awesome.
Hey, lock me up, bruh. Cuff me, bruh. We going together. We in this together, man.
I, on the other hand, will leave you all in a ditch and, like, go about my business.
He wouldn't even leave a pot to piss in. Oh my god. So anyway, you know me, the diva. It is what it is. Unfortunately, I'm not streaming right now, but I will have this up later. So for anybody who is anywhere, that's what's going on with that. So don't come to my channel right now.
Because you will not find it.
You will not find it.
Ain't nothing
Yeah,
there.
issues and dilemmas. You know me. I always have some streaming issues. So let's go ahead and get on into these topics. We're going to start with a patent. Apparently, Nintendo has filed a patent for an object detection device. So I'm going to go ahead and read a little of this excerpt here and see what this is all about. We've seen a few zany patent reveals over the years from the Nintendo research and development team, but this latest is something entirely new altogether. Nintendo originally filed this patent back in August of 2014, but the details for it were just published yesterday. The concept for the device is a piece of hardware that is capable of detecting objects. It uses mirrors and cameras to detect the proximity of objects, and it seems to have some sort of projector capability. So while the first image is pretty ambiguous in its meaning, the second clearly shows amiibo-like figures placed next to the device. We can only guess at what the intent is, but it means that Nintendo was working on a device that can utilize more than one amiibo at a time or recognize them separately from NFC chip located on the bottom of each figure. So, yeah, this thing looks weird. It's definitely different. So what are you guys' take on this device? Is it something that they could probably use, or does it just seem like another gimmick that Nintendo's getting into? Sounds like a gimmick to me,
It
but
sounds
hey.
pretty gimmicky. I mean, it actually kind of sounds like a version of AR, alternate reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like, whenever they had the AR for Nintendo 3DS, like, you know, it was basically just taking, like, the image from, like, little cards. Yo, somebody is blowing my messenger up right now, boy. But, yeah, so let me turn that off. So, yeah, it just sounds like it's, like, another version of that. Because, like, in 3DS, it was actually pretty basic. It only kind of captured, like, whatever your camera was looking at in your room or whatever. And then whatever the codes or the... I guess the NFC or whatever it was in those cards you got for the 3DS kind of, you know, made it come to life or whatever. But in this one, it kind of seems like it might work on the same level as, like, maybe HoloLens. Probably not as technologically advanced as HoloLens. But, like, I don't know, I guess if you guys notice, I don't like to bring up painful memories. But when they talk about Young Conquer... HoloLens.
Stop.
Like, I just want to use it for reference. It's kind of like they.
No, it's not a reference.
But it seems like the way that AR kind of works with HoloLens is kind of like it kind of it's kind of quote unquote smart in the way that it kind of it knows where it's at, if that makes sense. Like it knows it's in like a confined space. It kind of knows like the dimensions of your room. And, like, whatever you're interacting with using the AR, it kind of, like, confines to that space, if that makes sense. That's kind of what it sounds like, but it's not on that scale. Either way, it sounds kind of whack, and I hope that it stays a patent and it's nothing more than that.
Yeah.
I kind of hope that they do make it and use it to build on an amiibo-centric game, like a Skylanders kind of thing,
Yeah.
but you actually see
Mm.
the amiibo move around in front of you.
Yeah,
I think
that would
that
be
could be
nice.
really cool if they do it right. But obviously, if it's like a Young Conquer thing,
We don't.
then we don't
No,
really
we've
need
been.
that. But
Yeah.
the concept is cool to be actually be able to use more than one amiibo. Because as of right now, they don't really do all that much. They kind of just mine just sit on a shelf for
Yeah,
most
they
of the
just sit
time.
on the
So
shelf.
any
Mm.
way they can actually get it to be used and not just like give it a content wall, and actually like
Mhm.
give it a game or some sort would be
Yeah.
cool. Like that the hell was that little game they just gave, that little free game, like the mini friends or
The mini.
whatever?
Oh, the little mini. Yeah, whatever the
Oh,
heck.
the
Like
ones with
Amiibo,
the
the
dope
Amiibo and
music.
friends. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. Like that's just an extra little thing. Hey, you bought amiibo here. Like that's what I always envisioned amiibo would be. Like they'd give you
Yeah.
little extra bonuses alongside of giving you like costumes and stuff in actual games.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that sounds good. From the pictures in this article, it looks like amiibos will play some kind of part in it. I just hope that with Nintendo being how they are, I hope they don't make this like focus too much on this. Like, push this to the side for now. Don't worry about that. Finish with NX, get that launch, get that on point, and then you can go ahead and do whatever little crap you want to do on the side, because then we know it's a peripheral and it's not mandatory type type of
Yeah.
thing. So that's all I want. Like, whatever it is, if you're gonna do it, wait until you're done with what your main focus is right now, which should be the NX, and then you
Right.
can go ahead and do whatever it is this is on the side, and what Alex said sounds perfectly fine to me, because I would love to see some more use of the amiibos
Yeah,
instead of having them sitting in a box and collecting dust on my
Yeah.
shelf, because I literally bought them because of collector purposes,
Mhm.
but I also wanted them to be compatible with in-game use. So that would be nice.
That kind of like
So,
makes me wish that Nintendo had the foresight whenever they brought out
hmm
Nintendo Land, because Nintendo Land would
Yeah.
have been a perfect.
It would have been perfect for
way
it.
to
For
incorporate
amiibos?
Yeah, like
Perfect.
a Nintendo Land style game, but for amiibo would be awesome. Like that's all
Yep.
they really have to do.
Oh
That's
yeah.
all they got to do. Yep.
And people wouldn't be too like,
Definitely.
if there was like an amiibo centric game where like all you
I don't
needed
think.
to do,
I
people
don't
would
think people would be
be
upset with that.
right. But see, when you try to shoehorn amiibo stuff into like
Into
mainline
everything.
games, like, that's when I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not really feeling that too much. But
Yeah. Like if the amiibos don't have a centric capability in mainland games, then I don't think people would have a problem with it. But when it takes a complete portion of the game out, and you got to get that amiibo, it's kind of like
Yeah.
sad. It's like,
And I think they
but
somewhat kind of tried to do that with Amiibo Festival, but that was just a
Yeah.
travesty in all
Yeah.
aspects of the creation of that game.
Yeah.
That was too far because like you
Yeah.
would buy the game, but you couldn't do
Right.
anything unless you also bought the amiibo. It's like
Right.
And not only that,
Like-
but you took a beloved franchise and you turned it into another thing that nobody wanted.
yeah, you turned
Yeah.
it into something else entirely,
Yeah.
So,
which is not what people wanted, obviously.
obviously. All right. So, anything else on that topic, you guys? And we'll just slide on over to this. So, we're gonna start with some rumors. It's not much news going on as far as Nintendo's concerned, so we gotta stick with some rumors here. So, the new NX rumor suggests that X86 archetype or architecture and smartphone capabilities. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and read this, and we'll see what the heck. More Nintendo NX rumors have surfaced on Reddit this morning. This time from a person the Nintendo NX subreddit mods have identified as someone who might have insider information. This by no means confirms the information contained within this leak, since there's no way to verify the secondhand information with Nintendo, who isn't talking about the NX until E3 of this year. The rumor suggests that the Nintendo NX will be able to interact with smart devices through apps, handle current gen ports, and more. As promised, I've decided to share some more NX information with you. I guess this is the person from the Reddit or whatever speaking. This is secondhand information from trust sources like last time, and I have little reason to doubt its validity. Here you go. X86 architecture, backup data to Nintendo server, most likely my Nintendo. Support for additional screen, can handle ports of current gen games, will be able to interact with smart device apps, and using NX software will unlock My Nintendo reward points. So that sounds pretty interesting, and they got a little bit of more going on here. We're typically pretty skeptical of any rumors that are reported just because of the nature of the information and how many people are willing to release false info. But the subreddit mods have verified that the person releasing the information does have connections to Wii U developers and could know some secondhand NX information through those connections. Here's what the Sticky mod post says. This user has been verified by the mod team. We have confirmed that he has connections to Wii U developers and or development hardware, and very likely has knowledge about the NX via those same connections. This verification is sort of general, open-ended, and I unfortunately cannot verify specific details on a point-by-point basis. So there is that. Would be nice. If some of this is true, I guess. I'm not a big person on rumors. Like, when I hear rumors, I tend to just like read about it and just be like, okay, that's cool. We'll see what happens. So what do you think? Yeah. I don't know.
I'm with you. It's like, whenever it comes to rumors, it's just like, it is what it is. I read it for what it is, just for entertainment purposes, but I don't really do too much processing it in the back of my mind. It's like, I read it and it's like, okay, I'll throw it in the trash, whatever. But, it's whatever. But I do hope that this is true, because X86 architecture is definitely one of the biggest things ailing the Wii U right now. And a lot of people think that the reason why the Wii U is not getting a lot of ports is because the power, and I'm sure that does play some part in it, but I think most importantly, if it was X86 architecture, we would get at least some more third-party games than we're getting nothing right now. So I think we would definitely see at least like some low-key like GameCube level third-party support, like how third parties showed up for the GameCube, but they didn't show up in droves like they would for the other consoles. As far as some, but one thing I can say about these rumors is they actually sound pretty practical. X86, I don't know about that one, but like backup data to the Nintendo server, that's actually pretty likely, because Alex and I have been playing with Miitomo and My Nintendo, and that's like a thing, so that's practical. Support for an additional screen, I don't really know about that one, but we have been seeing patents that suggest that there might be some kind of secondary or peripheral or something, whatever.
Please be a peripheral.
Handle ports of current gen games. I mean, if it's X86, of course it can handle ports of current gen. I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand. We'll be able to interact with smartphone devices. This actually goes hand in hand to what the little that we do know about the Nintendo NX back when Iwata was still living, and he was talking about how this platform was supposed to work with like Wii U, 3DS, smartphones, your computer, blah blah blah. So you remember that like chart?
That diagram.
Yeah.
It kind of plays as a part of that, and then the whole using NX software to unlock my Nintendo reward points. That's practical because we're already seeing it in Miitomo. Miitomo's the first application that uses this feature. And just based on the reward points and things like that, like they have like legit awards on My Nintendo. Like you could get like 30% off like Splatoon, or like actual like games and stuff like that. So I could see them incorporating My Nintendo into actual NX software. I hope that's true, because that's how I plan on getting a lot of my eShop money next generation.
Heck yeah. So.
But I mean, I guess that's pretty much it. I mean, it's practical, but at the same time, it's like you just never know with Nintendo.
Yeah, that's true. What's your thoughts, Alex?
This is one of the more, I would say, realistic rumors we've been hearing.
Yeah.
Like, X86 is, it's kind of a no-brainer at this point. Like, both the other consoles use it, PC uses it. It would be kind of crazy for Nintendo to do something else, considering how much trouble they have with third parties.
Right.
So X86 just kind of makes sense. Or ARM, something that's very similar, that's easy to port with. Personally, I'd rather them just do X86, so that's just one less thing to worry about.
Just fucking do it at this point. Just do it!
Because you know how they are. They like to have things different, but...
You get on my nerves with that. Oh my god.
We're different.
I really hope that's true. The smartphone thing what was it? Was to play smartphone apps or something?
Yeah, smartphone apps and stuff. Yeah,
Well,
can
it makes
interact
sense
with them.
because they are breaking into that area now. Obviously, with Miitomo, they're gonna.
Mhm.
You can pretty much bet Miitomo's gonna
Gonna be on
sync
the
somehow with
console.
the NX. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Miitomo's a massive success for them, which we'll get into later on. But that's probably true. The dual controller thing, we'll see. Maybe I don't really think that will happen because they said the same thing with the Wii U never happened.
right.
So, but X86, I think that's for sure happening. The smartphone thing, yeah, definitely. And what was the other thing?
Let's
Using
see.
the
That's the
NX software
support.
to unlock my
Yeah,
Nintendo reward
yeah,
points.
my Nintendo
Oh yeah,
reward.
that's pretty much confirmed at this point because
Yeah, they already did
they've
that.
already said you're gonna earn points by playing the games.
Yeah,
And you already earn points by buying the game, so it's all linked together through your new My Nintendo account. So you can guarantee that's going to happen already. So I wouldn't worry about that. It's
yeah,
essentially going to be our version of an achievement system, but you can actually win real stuff, which is cool.
Yeah, I like that.
The rewards that are out right now are kind of meh, but they're
right.
digital, so they can change at any time. So it's not a
Yeah.
big deal. But very exciting. These rumors are excellent, I think.
Yeah, pretty practical rumors. They're not far fetched, so I mean, I can believe them. And we'll know soon enough. I mean, as time goes on, because they're still getting things set up for the NX. So I'm cool with it. I just hope they really do the X86 architecture, because just freaking do it already, damn it. Like, it's just freaking do it. Like, stop trying to be the odd man out. Like, you should be done with that by now. Grow up and do it.
Yeah, like come on, man. You've had 2 generations of trying to be the odd man out. Like, come on,
Yeah.
Right? Like, quite.
It
Yeah, you
worked
just,
really
just
well for
stop.
them last gen, but this gen it didn't
It
work at all. So
didn't fly at all. It didn't fly. So let's just move on from that, Nintendo, and go ahead and do the damn
Yeah,
thing.
the
Because
best
you
way
can
that
still,
go
they can
ahead.
still
it's
be
not like
different.
it's detrimental to them in
Yeah,
any way. It's just a different way to develop games, and
yeah,
they're the best at making games. So I don't see why it'd be an
Exactly.
issue. All
right.
it does is it makes it easier for the let's say lazier devs
Yeah.
to put their games over with less effort and
Right.
costing less money, and that's all that matters, right? Like
Right.
when you're owned by Ubisoft and Activision, they look at how much is this going to cost versus how much are we going to make in return. And let's
Exactly.
be brutally honest here, Nintendo third-party games don't sell all that well.
So
So
they
like
want to
they're not
be
going
as
to want to
cost
invest a lot of
effective as
money into this, so
possible.
they got to make
Right.
it as cheap as possible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like come on, like if you want to be different in your games, okay?
Right.
Like the
Yeah.
other stuff, just come on, make it
Yeah.
easier for people.
You gotta bridge the gap.
Yeah, like you got to meet these guys halfway.
Like
Yeah,
something. So that would be the best
Wait,
way to
where
do
is
it.
exactly.
So we're gonna move on to another rumor. Not too sure. This is coming from Reddit, so I'm just gonna read this Reddit excerpt. But it basically says details regarding NX console. So I'm gonna go ahead and read this. It's fairly long. I'm gonna try to get through this as best I can. So bear with me. I'm a game developer in a mid-sized dev team working on a PC indie game port in Europe. I am willing to provide confirmation specific details to mods. There has been a lot of false leaks regarding NX. All I can confirm at this point is that it's not a handheld. It is a console, and it will be announced late April and will be released around holiday 2016. At least one Nintendo game launching this year will use Unreal Engine 4. Our game is also using Unreal Engine 4. If you want confirmation regarding UE4, research some of the upcoming games Nintendo project on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
And LinkedIn. Okay, yeah, I've never been there before. A lot of Nintendo game devs have listed UE4 for unannounced upcoming games, projects being developed by Nintendo Studios at the moment. There is a genuine development on Reddit developer on Reddit who can't give you the name of the console at this moment, and more specific details our team can, which is less known and has less known games. I don't know how they're writing this. This is kind of weird, but I'll keep continue.
Well, to be fair, they are European, so
Okay, that
English is
makes
not their
sense.
first language.
The final and last thing I can say is that the power leaks from Super Metal Dave are true. Is using ARM architecture and is a console more powerful than the Xbox One, PS4. Don't worry too much. And one last secret: the name is Nintendo Extra, NEX. Okay, extra. Read all about it. To the mods, please contact me through my email address if you want further more details. Update 1: I haven't received a message from the mods, but in the meanwhile, to clear one thing up, some genuine leakers have said ARM. Some have said X86. The NX is using both, but one for the home console and one for the upcoming handheld. In essence, the ARM architecture is a small piece of the overall NX home console and specifically done to port handheld games to the home console, not the other way around. Devs are not forced to create games for it. The name of the console is NEX, or Nintendo Extra platform. It's a home console. NEX CPU is about 30% more powerful than the Xbox One. Next GPU is 50% more than powerful PS4, or more powerful than the PS4. Also more RAM. Next RAM is 12 gigabyte RAM, 3 for NinOS, and 9 for games. The leaks about the two different controllers are indeed true. In general, this is a very good console and a new time for Nintendo to gain back support of third-party devs and core gamers in general. The second update: in contact with Reddit mod for verification in the next 24 hours. And then update 3. Damn, there's a lot of updates. I have sent proof of my connections with Nintendo of America and Nintendo of Europe, but Reddit has multiple steps of verification. The mod needs more specific info for verification. Info I'm considering at the moment. Hope you all understand what I'm doing. And update 4. I have sent more proof to mods. Okay, he's just verifying himself. Okay, so here's update 5. There's a Nintendo Direct planned before the Nintendo investor meeting. Nintendo will announce it within the next few days. Key points my source highlight to me: Nintendo OS, Nintendo Mission, Zelda News, NX News, and Star Fox News. Update 6. I will share some specific details tonight. More details will follow this week. Pictures of development kit. Final proof the NEX is coming sooner than you think. And then update 7, Nintendo is starting to talk, like I said, 12 hours after my last post. More details will follow. This is indeed the shape. There's also some links and stuff here too, so there should be links in our descriptions for these at a later date for you guys to check it out. And then update 8, as promised, some more info. This time NEX games that will be released on launch day or around the launch window. I have listed any game I don't have is 100% confirmation on. What the frick are you talking about? Okay, to name a few: Final Fantasy, Destiny, Battlefield, F-Zero EX, Super Smash Bros. Wii U port. Okay. And then the launch games are Super Mario NEX. From what I've heard, it's very close to Mario Sunshine in terms of graphics and gameplay. Zelda Wii U Definitive Edition NEX, Luigi's Mansion, FIFA 17, Call of Duty, Deus Ex Mankind Divided, Dragon Quest, Mass Effect Trilogy Definitive Edition, and Mass Effect Andromeda. Nintendo will have a big E3 press conference and a lot to cover. And that is all. So apologies for how I read it, but that was a little convoluted. But those games that are technically supposed to be launch titles sounds interesting enough. We shall see when it comes out. For my point of view, Zelda, I already figured that would be a thing because they're not talking about Zelda for the Wii U.
That one's obvious.
Like that's freaking obvious. It'll still probably be on the Wii U, but it's more likely going to be a launch title for the NX. So that's nothing new. Yeah. Luigi's Mansion, I've heard about that rumor for a while now. It might be a thing. It might not be a thing. If it is, that's great. If it's not a launch title, they can push it later down the road and we'll get it later. Either way,
it's the second time we've heard that, by the way.
Yeah, it is. So I think the game is going to be a thing, but might not make the launch window. But I think Luigi's Mansion will be a possibility. FIFA 17, if EA is back on board with Nintendo, that sounds good. Call of Duty, I mean, it was on the Wii U.
Yeah, Call of Duty got two games on the Wii U.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't see how it shouldn't. Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. We had Deus Ex on the Wii U, so I don't see why they couldn't bring us the other one. Dragon Quest, that would be nice. I would like to play that. Mass Effect,
Well, they
didn't we
kind of
have Mass
spilled the
Effect?
beans on They kind of spilled the
Yeah,
beans on.
Square
Yeah.
kind of inadvertently said that earlier.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so yeah, Dragon Quest. Mass Effect, we did have Mass Effect, right?
The
On the
third
Wii U?
one, yeah.
So
that's for
yeah.
3.
Okay, so they're doing the trilogy, apparently, is what this is saying. So I don't.
Trilogy.
Yeah, it says Mass Effect Trilogy Definitive Edition, and
The
then Mass
same
Effect.
trilogy the Wii U should have got.
Yeah, pretty
Yo,
much. That's what I was thinking. And then Mass Effect
yo.
Andromeda.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, like we should have gotten the trilogy. And then they're talking Final Fantasy, Destiny, Battlefield, F-Zero EX, Super Smash Bros. Port, Wii U port over.
Yep, that makes sense.
I mean, I don't know. Final Fantasy, I'll believe it when I see it. Destiny, I don't know why.
Yeah. So honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, Destiny, I don't know why. Battlefield, okay. F-Zero, you've been teasing us about F-Zero all day, every day. When are we going to actually see this mofo?
Yeah, okay. See, now that's one of the ones I don't believe. Like, yeah. Okay, whatever.
Like, because you already pretty much told us in so many terms on Mario Kart 8 that F-Zero is not going to be a thing.
Yeah. But one thing that I can say is Super Smash Brothers for Wii U, a port for that actually sounds like something.
Yeah, that sounds pretty legit.
It sounds like something Sakurai would do because they already had a ton of DLC. They probably want some more.
They'll just like bring out a definitive version.
That sounds
full
legit.
price with all the characters.
Yeah.
And then they're talking about Super Mario, kind of like Super Mario Sunshine. So I mean, we know there's a Mario Brothers game coming. It has already been confirmed a long time ago that there's going to be another.
Mario game will always usher in the new hardware.
They said it was coming at launch too, right? Like the next.
It's going to be it'll be a launch title.
Yeah, they already said there's going to be a Mario launch title. So
yeah, Miyamoto said every new hardware will launch with a Mario game.
Yeah, so that's nothing new there. So I mean, these are some interesting little rumors. Like I said, me personally, I'll wait and see what happens. But as far as the games that they're saying that could launch, some of them sound pretty plausible. Others are, see it when you believe, see it when I believe it when I see it type of deal.
Right. But if we're to go by this rumor though, the only ones I believe are possibly Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest, because Square Enix kind of, like I said, they kind of spilled.
They're kind of buddy with Nintendo right now.
Yeah. I could see Smash Brothers port. I could see Zelda Wii U port. I could probably see Luigi's Mansion because this isn't the first time we've heard this.
Right, they did whisper about this at some point.
Because we heard about that kind of the same time about the Paper Mario game, and that ended up being true.
Very true. That's very true.
And as far as I said, Call of Duty, we had it on the Wii U, so I don't see why they couldn't put
at this point,
like
if your console doesn't have Call of Duty, you're in trouble. So they need to
have that on there.
And Destiny obviously is very big for Activision, so they're gonna want to get Destiny on there. Because the new Destiny, anyways, they're supposed to be keeping that going for years. So even if Nintendo gets it late, it's not like they're missing out on anything. They're still gonna get all the new stuff. So that's probably true. Because if any game's gonna come from Activision, it's gonna be those two.
Oh, I mean, or Skylanders, because that was like the big announcement at freaking E3 of last year.
Oh, that was painful.
Man.
But they'll get Skylanders, of course, and EA, Mass Effect, yes, they probably will do that.
Please Mass Effect, that would be great.
Maybe I would hope they get some sports games. I don't give a shit about sports games, but a lot of people do.
They need the sports games. Though.
It is a genre they're really missing.
Yeah,
because all we got was Mario Tennis, and that one was kind of one was just like meh. So they definitely need some sort of sports games, whether it's like the multiplats or they get exclusive sports games. Either way would be good. But they got to get something because that's a huge market that they've missed out on completely with the Wii U.
Yeah, definitely. That's something that they need. Like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, we don't need this, we need that. Like, bruh, chill. We need as many games on Nintendo as
that. Like, there's no need to be like that. That's kind of just being selfish. Like, again, I don't like sports games, but a lot of people do, and you got to understand that. Like, there's a reason EA makes so much money. Right. People like sports games.
Yeah,
Just because, like, for instance, like, if you don't like sports games, that's cool. You're not
that's
forced to
fine.
buy it, but it should be there for people that want it.
Right.
True.
Like a console should have a variety of different games
Yeah.
for all walks of life. So nobody's forcing you to buy any particular game. Just make sure that they have
They
all
just
their
need the
genres.
variety there to cover all their
Yeah,
bases.
to cover all their
Right,
bases,
because they
so
can't
can
keep
get
surviving
their
on
fan
their
base
own.
back. Yeah,
That's true.
and I mean, you never know. Some people might want to branch out into new terrain, and if it's not there, they got to go to another console, and that loses an audience. So it's best to have all your ducks in a row. So
Exactly. Like I have a friend who, like, he's always played games and he's always been like a Nintendo dude, but
yeah,
he got the Wii U and like he's like a really big fighting fan, and then he got the Wii U and he's like, yo, all these fighters are coming out, but they're all going to PlayStation.
right.
So now he switched to PlayStation because that's where the fighters he wanted to play were, and like he doesn't even like care about like Nintendo stuff anymore because they're good for the Nintendo stuff, but when it
that's
comes
But
down
it.
to
everything
the
else
other
is
stuff,
not there.
like people are gonna go elsewhere and they're gonna have that attention.
Yeah.
And that was
elsewhere.
a huge problem for them with
Yep.
the Wii U.
With the
Yeah.
Wii U.
Because the Wii U had a year head start, but it still wasn't getting stuff that the PS3 and 360 were getting. People were just like, well, fuck it then.
Yeah.
Right. And then when the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One came out and everything, they were getting all that stuff, and people would just go
Yeah,
over
they
to
were
them,
getting it
so-
immediately.
Yeah.
So that's definitely that they need to worry about that. Like they can't let that happen again. I don't think they will.
Yeah.
I honestly think they're gonna get
They're
it
gonna
right
get
this
everything.
time.
Yeah.
So
I think
like,
so.
Don't get me wrong, like I like my Nintendo games, and like my Wii U
Yeah.
is one of my most played
But
platforms.
sometimes you just want a different
Right.
taste.
But and
You know,
not only that, but it's like whenever there's games coming out that's not on like your preferred console, which
Per
in my
console,
case is
you
Nintendo,
feel left out a little bit.
and not only that, but that's just less time I'm spending on your device.
on my preferred console. Like if the Wii U had various games that that I liked from other that are on other consoles, I probably would be on it more. But because it doesn't, I have to switch up my time and I have to divide my attention. And
But as far as this Reddit thing goes, the most
Yeah.
exciting thing out of that is that is being revealed sometime this month.
Oh my god, I hope
Yup.
that's true.
so that would be nice to hear. I can't wait. We'll see what
Like, I
happens.
hope they do it the way like Sony did it with the PlayStation. They kind of tease it, and then at E3 it's just like game,
Right.
like
Oh,
that.
that would be amazing. I
that'd
would
be
love
nice.
that.
Like they have literally showed you how to make this successful launch. Just copy exactly.
Yep.
Right. and just go and just games. I don't no gimmicks, no nothing, just games.
You
Just
don't
show us the
need to
game.
worry because like as long as they also have to do a live presentation. I
Oh,
think.
well, yeah,
They need to.
yeah, definitely. They do.
At least for the console bit. Like I like the way they do the directs or digital
Yeah.
event, but
Yeah.
when the console's being shown, that should be live.
That should definitely be alive. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see how they do it. I'm fairly excited, a little bit.
Yeah, I'm
My
very
curiosity is
excited,
piqued,
especially
so.
if it's coming out we get to see a glimpse of it this month. Oh my god, finally done with the rumors.
I know.
I
That's the
can't
number one
wait to
thing.
have
So
something
sick of
to
rumors.
talk about.
Something concrete to talk about.
Something concrete. Anyway, so anything else on that you guys wanted to talk out on? No, we're going to Miitomo news. Miitomo. So just as a heads up, I still can't get Miitomo to work on my phone, so this is gonna mostly be something that Alex and Nia will talk about. But let me go ahead and read this article. Miitomo reaches 3 million users worldwide. New trailer release. Miitomo was recently released worldwide, which propelled Nintendo's app to the top of the US iOS App Store. It's been so successful that it has now surpassed 3 million users worldwide. Nintendo UK announced the 3 million milestone for the social app, which offers integrated with the new My Nintendo system. Miitomo was first released in Japan, where the app became an instant hit. The company also released a brand new trailer to kick off the worldwide launch of the app, which you can check out below. And there will be links to this article and everything for you guys to check out. But that's the essential news. What else happened with this game?
It is
Alex?
now the top free app on the Android store.
Oh, there you
Yep.
go. Yep. That's what's up.
So Miitomo is basically taking over the world right now.
Miitomo came out with guns blazing. No shots fired all over the world.
No prisoners.
No prisoners. Like, hey, just drop that dude. So this is good news. I like hearing good things from Nintendo. I'm glad that that the app is kicking off. Once I get my sick little phone to actually download it, I can also partake of this. But you guys go ahead and talk on how much you love. Well, Nia and her, she's like she's obsessed with it right now.
I'm not as obsessed.
You are obsessed.
I'm not as obsessed. Let me tell you though. I'm not as obsessed as Alex because I barely can use it because like my phone, I think it's one of the incompatible phones because like no Nintendo it is not rooted. It like my phone is completely pure. It just doesn't work. Like it's communication errors every time I try to boot it up. But thank goodness that I have my old phone, which is a Samsung Galaxy 3, and I just have to wait until I get home to use Miitomo over Wi-Fi.
What is your other phone?
My other phone is an LG G3.
Really? And that doesn't work? That's crazy. That's a pretty high-end phone.
Yeah, like and the thing is, there's a lot of people who have the same phone that I have that are having the same issue. So I'm hoping that Nintendo fixes the problem so I can.
So it is some sort of compatibility error.
It seems like because I mean I have the right version of Android.
Yeah.
So yeah, but as far as Miitomo is concerned, I'm actually I expected Miitomo to do very well in Japan because like. Japanese people are all about handhelds.
Yeah, they all on the phone.
Like they're all about their phones, like and being on the go and things like that. So I knew it was gonna be an instant hit over there. And then like the kind of style of Miitomo, like it's like Tomodachi Life meets like not Animal Crossing, but like basically any social media thing with like cute things that you can customize and things like that. So I was like, okay, Japan's gonna love this, right? But I'm actually really surprised that North America is eating it up like this, and like we're kind of making it our own too, because like everywhere you turn there's like a new Miitomo meme or like people posting about their experiences. Yes, like Miitomo is crazy, and like even people who I know who don't give a rat's behind about Nintendo are all about this Miitomo life right now. It is so crazy, but I adore Miitomo. I know there's a lot of people out there that are saying that it's kind of shallow, and I kind of agree. I think that the only reason why I'm enjoying Miitomo as much as I am is because I have a lot of friends who play games, just because my social media is kind of all about gaming. So it's a lot more stuff for me to do and talk to people about, just considering that fact. But I could understand if you're just like a regular person, you don't have like like a following, or you don't really talk to a lot of other gamers, how it could be kind of meh. And I haven't even like delved into like the actual like games like Miitomo Drop and like the other stuff. So I'm just kind of going based on like the answers and the customization of it all. Yeah, there's still a lot I haven't done in Miitomo, so but I do enjoy it, and I do see why it is so popular, and it's probably reached more than 3 million up to this point, because I mean it reached 3 million like the first or second day, and today is day number 6. So yeah
I'm just surprised how fast it like caught on. It's like wildfire, this game. Right. this app.
Somebody said it's like the new version of like that bitch strips thing. You remember?
Who?
The bitch strips thing. It was like the little comic book things. People would like be posting them on their social media all the time. Like they'll have like their...
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It's like the comic versions of themselves. They have like these little quote bubbles on the top of their head or something like that.
Like I think the key to Miitomo's success is the fact that Nintendo has not censored it in any way.
That's true.
Because if they had gone into Miitomo the way that they do Miiverse, and they block you and they make you can't say certain things, you can't post certain things, people would be bored of it instantly. But the thing with Miitomo is like you can turn it into you can put any picture as your background. So you can have some like naked bitch and just put your little like sucking on her or some shit, which I saw one the other day. I was like, damn, Miitomo's getting freaky already. But it's just like that kind of shit is what people just want to do, weird shit, and that's just what it is.
That's true.
And they just want to have fun. They don't want to be restricted by nonsense. That's why I think anyways, it's caught on so quickly, especially over here. Because like you said, yeah, Japan was gonna love it no matter what, because they like that kind of stuff. But like North America, like yeah, we're turning it into memes and just doing ridiculous shit. And I think that's a huge part of it is the fact that they're not censoring it any sort of way. Like you can even make your Miitomo guys swear.
Yeah,
Like
I
you can
think
actually
that's
say it
hilarious.
too. That's crazy. And this is from Nintendo.
Yeah,
My
So
question
it's-
is, are they gonna get in there and start doing that though?
they're not, 'cause
the
they
usual
would-
Nintendo.
I don't think they are because
They would've
I
did it
think
from
in their I think in their mind they think everyone who owns a cell phone is an adult.
But everyone
I think
who
what
owns
it is they feel like they
Nintendo
probably
console
can't
isn't.
get rid of. They can't. I feel like what it is they feel like they couldn't get away with it because smartphones.
They can't control it. Yeah.
It's an open
Yeah.
platform. It's not like their own space that they have created, like how they do with their consoles and handhelds.
Right.
Okay.
So I think that they're gonna keep, because think about it, Nintendo knows how people are. If they were gonna censor it, they would have done it from jump.
Yeah.
Because Miiverse was censored from jump. And everything else that they've done has been censored from jump. So
Yeah.
like
true.
you can't even make a Nintendo ID with a bad word in it. Like, come on. They're not gonna censor Miitomo, at least not anytime soon, unless something crazy. Like,
Yeah, I don't
legit
think they're
crazy
going to.
happened.
And I think that's to their benefit because if they start censoring it and stuff, people are just gonna lose interest. I believe.
Yeah.
I do wish that they would somehow integrate Miitomo into Miiverse, like
Yeah,
in the way like maybe you can post to Miiverse through Miitomo somehow.
that would be
But
great.
then I'd be worried about them doing censoring that way. So I don't know. It just makes sense if they would combine everything together. But I don't know. I'm liking it so far. I like just like fucking around saying random ass answers to all these stupid questions that they keep asking, and I find it interesting. You only need to play it like maybe a couple minutes a day to get your points.
You get
To
a
get
lot
points
of them
just
too.
for like answering questions and stuff like that. Obviously you can change your clothes, which is cool. I got my guy a nice little chino pants and a nice blazer. He's looking good. It's fun. That Miitomo drop or whatever, I don't like that. It's too random. There's no skill involved, and yeah, I only got like a hamburger shirt off it. It's just like I don't really care about that. I'm more interested just like fucking around. It's just so funny when you turn on your Miitomo and there's just some random dude in your house and he's like, "Who the fuck are you?" But yeah, I can totally see why Miitomo's like successful, and they
Yeah.
definitely hit it out of the park. I think they did a great job with it.
I like how you can go to other people's houses. Hopefully, they have like an update in the future where you can customize your house.
Yeah, like that would be cool. Like instead of just buying clothes, you should be able to buy like different couches or something,
Yeah.
TV for your house. That would be awesome.
Buy couches.
There's definitely some work they can do to add it in,
Yeah.
but like as a first go at it, it's pretty solid, pretty impressive.
Yeah, like if they let you like buy like furniture and like pictures for like the walls and stuff, get you a TV.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Like buy you a Wii U and have it like sitting next to your TV or something, you know, or that would be pretty cool. I would so be down for that. I like Miitomo so far. It's pretty cool.
That's good. Did you guys connect to your actual Nintendo ID or
Yeah,
did
mine
you
is
make...
connected to my Nintendo ID.
Yep.
Okay. Eventually, I finally got Miitomo to download on my phone. Yay!
You just can't open it.
It finally downloaded because for the last couple of days it just kept saying error, can't download, and I'm just like, okay, well, F you too. So it downloaded. I'll probably hook it up to my Nintendo account once I figure out what my password is, and then go from there. So is that all on that one for you guys to geek out on? Move on to the next.
Yeah.
I guess so.
All right. So our next topic is Nintendo versus Capcom. Yeah. Could Nintendo versus Capcom game happen? Yoshinori Ono wants it. So I'm gonna go ahead and read this little excerpt here. One of the dream fighting games would arguably be a crossover dream for fighting fans, and with the inclusion of Capcom characters in Smash Bros, we got a little glimpse of how insane the game could potentially be. But could a full-fledged Nintendo versus Capcom crossover game actually happen? Yoshinori Ono, producer for Capcom, stated recently that he would want to see a proper Nintendo vs. Capcom game made. With Capcom on board for this type of game, could Nintendo express interest and make this happen? Only time will tell, but the possibilities for the game would be mind-bogglingly awesome.
Yep.
And I agree.
Just look at how hype it was when Ryu was announced.
When Ryu was announced,
Smash,
like
yo.
straight up, like when they announced him, everybody was like, "What the frick?" Like, it was awesome, and it would be awesome to see like a whole bunch of different Capcom characters in the
Yeah.
Capcom universe, just going hand in hand with Nintendo characters. I would love to see that. That shit would be awesome.
That would be pretty dope.
That would be pretty dope. And since they're thinking about it, and since we're going into the NX, it's a possibility. It could happen. So, Nintendo, Capcom, make it happen.
And freaking Ono wants to do it, so I mean,
Like, so
hopefully he
it's
bugs them enough about it.
I hope he literally just bugs the ever living shit out of him. Just like, hey, Nintendo versus Capcom. Nintendo versus Capcom. Just keep going. Just pop up in random locations. Nintendo versus Capcom.
I mean, it eventually did work out for Platinum and Star Fox.
Right.
I mean,
But they did
So-
take too long, and we didn't get Kamiya making it.
True.
Damn.
That's very true.
sure.
I actually have the complete opposite reaction to you guys. I don't want this Ono having anything to do with it because he's a scrub. He's a
Well, I
fucking,
don't want him nothing to do with
he
it,
has
but I
no
would
idea
like
what
to
he's
still
doing
see it.
anymore. Because, like, as you guys know, he made Street Fighter V, and that game is pure
Oh, well,
garbage.
we definitely don't want
So,
16-year-olds
As
mashing
far
away
as,
at
as
it.
far as I'm concerned, all Capcom needs to do is license out their characters and then call it a day. I don't want them touching it.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh no, I feel the same way. I just want it to happen, but I
'Cause
would like
they suck.
someone
they don't know what they're
competent
doing
to do
anymore.
it.
They can't make a Mega Man game. They can't make a Street Fighter game without begging for money. Like, these guys suck. Like, like I'm under the impression that this guy was probably like ousted by Sony after Street Fighter, and now he's looking for another handout.
Like, no, just license out the game, the characters.
I would
that they can
love
use.
that kind of game as long as it's not them making it.
Man, I
Mhm.
mean, if it's a collaborative effort, then maybe like having the
If
different
Nintendo's
points of-
has more to do with it than Capcom. If it's going to be collaborative, just let Nintendo be
Like, the
more.
only thing they need to do is license out because their team sucks.
Like, just tell Nintendo what characters they can use, and that's as far as they got.
Yeah,
say
and
in
then
it.
that's kind of it. That's how I feel, anyways. Like, I don't trust that dude. I think he's a hack, just like the Mighty Number 9 guy.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. I don't know. I like Ono. You know, I think that he just had a moment with freaking Street Fighter V because of all that was going on. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think that's any excuse for the way that Street Fighter V turned out. But
Hell,
I think
yeah,
that if he
ain't
was
no
working, like, if he was working with a team, because, like, I mean, like, think about it like this. Like, if it not only is Capcom, like, Street Fighter is a big part of Capcom, but Street Fighter isn't the only thing Capcom has. So even if
That's their
Ono was a
flagship
part of
game.
it, but even if Ono is a part of it, there's gonna be other characters other than the people in Street Fighter, you know.
Right.
So, like, if it was a collaborative effort with, like, Ono, some other individuals at Capcom, some other people at Nintendo,
That's
and
fine.
then maybe some other, like, you know, developers who wouldn't mind, because, you know, the Japanese developers are actually, like, cool, like, you know, people
Yeah.
like what's that game, Project X Zone, freaking Capcom, Sega, and Bandai Namco
Yeah.
all working together on one game together. Like, that's
Right.
how
Yeah.
they get down
That
over
would be
there
nice,
in Japan.
yeah.
So if they were to do this, I could see it being a collaborative effort where multiple minds are working together to make a thing happen.
Right.
And that would probably, you know, increase the chances of it actually being a pretty good,
I
decent
think
game.
it would be a better game if whatever Ono gets one of his guys over there and be like, okay, you can do this and this and this, but it's Sakurai and Namco actually making the game
That sounds good.
because they made Smash, they made Pokken, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They don't make half-made games.
They put
They don't
content
make games
in
with
there.
broken online. Like, you don't have to worry about nonsense with these guys.
Yeah, Bandai Namco did a great job with Pokken Tournament.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did, and they did. Obviously, they did a good job with Smash as well. So, like, I would believe them to make a better game than this guy because you got to go on past track record. They have 2 good games in a row. This guy has a dog shit game in a row.
Yeah.
Alex.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But
We'll see.
just knowing that, seeing the thought of the two universes coming together, I'm not opposed to that.
Oh no, definitely, I would like it, just not made by
just
him.
not
that's
by Ono.
all. Yeah, 'cause he
Okay, gotcha.
sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's it's a possibility at this point, and I would love to see it. Like, it would be great. It'd be nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it
Play
would
some
be,
people.
I think it would be huge. I think it would bring people to like
It would
the
bring a
Yeah,
lot
platform.
of
bring people
people
back to
over.
Nintendo. Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, what the? You fell off. You suck, Alex.
I'm talking and playing.
But yeah, I'd definitely like to see it. It would definitely bring more people over, and frick, I don't know who wouldn't want this. Like, you got to be out your mind if you don't want to see Nintendo versus Capcom. So,
That'd be
and there's a
huge.
lot of Capcom characters they can choose from. Obviously, they're gonna have some Street Fighter characters, but they don't stop there. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, like you
you
could
know,
have Dante
so
in there.
definitely. So,
Isn't Beautiful
it'd be nice
Joe
to see.
Capcom or no?
I think that's Sega.
Yeah, I
Sega.
think that's
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
So
Damn,
that'll
that's
be on the cell phone.
yeah.
No. Damn.
Oh, ugh.
Or in Real Gamers Dreams. I don't know, pick one.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
oh, damn.
Not
Yeah.
the jab at Real Gamer.
Oh my god, why?
You need one at least.
No chill.
Send all your hate to, Active Sin Gaming. Alright, so we're gonna move on to our last topic of the evening. Apparently, Nintendo of America returns to its classic red look. I don't know how this is big news. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm actually happy about it. But I'm going to go ahead and read this and see what the heck. So, the House of Mario entered the gaming industry with a bold red color scheme at the forefront. From their logo to their mascot, the color red was relatively synonymous with Nintendo when it came to gaming in the late 80s and 90s. With the dawn of the Wii DS era, Nintendo underwent a transformation which saw the removal of red from their logo and themes and replaced with a rather simple gray-white color scheme. Now it looks like the classic look is coming back. So that is pretty much all they said on that. And they got some pictures of the store and everything. And I honestly, I don't know why they left the red scheme and went to gray, but I mean, I don't know. It just it doesn't make sense to me. So I'm glad they're going back to red because it makes absolute sense.
Yeah.
It's like Mario, he's red. Come on, let's go. So, and people identify with Nintendo as red. You got Nintendo as red, you got Xbox as green, and you got PlayStation as blue. Simple.
Yeah, people
Done.
associate colors. You don't want to be
Yeah.
associated with gray.
Gray, like no, nobody wants gray. It's dull, drab. It doesn't make you feel good. Red, it's out there. It's passionate. It's got colors. You can't miss it. You see it on the street. You think Nintendo, probably. I don't know.
Yeah. And now
So,
Team Red Talks Nintendo makes sense again.
Yay!
But
So,
they only changed to gray because of the Wii stuff. They were trying to look like
The-
Apple, but now
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
out of that, and that's the reason
They're
why
done with that
I'm
nonsense.
I'm
excited.
glad. And this is kind of like a rebirth for Nintendo in my sense. Like with the whole going back to red, it seems like a rebirth. It's like, yes, you're getting back on track. So hopefully we see some more things that are more Nintendo-like because that gray shit wasn't working.
Yeah, them going back to red, at least to me, I don't know about you guys, but to me it signifies that they're done fucking around.
Yeah.
They are done with these casual people. They are done wasting their time on these people that don't stick around. They are coming back home. They're coming back. Nintendo's back with power. They're here to
Right.
bring games. They're here to kick in doors and take names. They're fucking done with the nonsense. They're here to be the
Yeah.
best again.
Yep,
That's
I
good.
hope that's the case, I'm ready
Now
for them
you're-
to come back to form.
Yeah, now you're playing with nuclear power. Fuck that, just power.
They
Now
better
you're
bring
playing with
it,
nuclear power. That's your new slogan. There we go.
They're going back to the
Yeah.
old colors, so they need to freaking bring it like times 1,500.
Yeah, so that makes sense. That's wonderful. Congratulations, Nintendo. I
But
applaud you.
yeah, they did say that they were already done or gonna be moving away from the Wii brand. So I guess it only
Yeah,
makes
they already
sense
said
they
that.
would go
They're
back.
trying to get it as far away as possible.
Far away as possible. So I'm pretty freaking sure at this point there is no backwards compatibility with this new system.
Yeah, I don't think
Like,
so.
they're literally gonna scrap
They
that.
want nothing to do with that thing.
because if they're trying to do backwards compatibility, that means they still have to have some of the Wii U architect, and that doesn't
That
make
means
sense.
they'd have to have a Wii U
Yeah.
built inside the NX.
Yeah, and that's just gonna take away from what they already got.
Because that's
on.
how they do their backwards compatibility. They always
they
build
built
the old console into
the old
the
console
new one.
into it.
Don't
Yep.
do that.
Yeah.
Like
Please don't do that.
I'm willing to get rid of backwards compatibility.
Compatibility,
if that
yeah,
means it
like-
won't be any hiccups next gen.
Yeah.
Like it just has to happen. It sucks, but it is what it is. It's time to move on. So
It's definitely time. It's been time.
it's time to move on. Like, we want to see better things from you, Nintendo, and I'm glad. Changing their colors back. Already told us that they didn't have anything to do with the Wii U, so that's good. They're already making some moves. So, and hopefully we'll see that X86, 82, whatever the frick, I don't know.
X86.
Well, hopefully they do that. So that is that. So those are our topics for today. We're done. Any questions, anybody? I don't see any questions.
I don't have any questions on mine.
You don't have any
I saw
questions?
one earlier from Drone Crusher.
We don't talk to him though, so he still can't get with none of us on Smash, so I don't want to hear it. Until you hit us up on Smash, your questions will not be answered. So deal with it. That's how that goes.
Keep ducking and dodging.
He ducking and dodging, so I'm gonna duck and dodge your questions. There you go. So, you guys don't like BC?
Backwards compatibility.
I like backwards compatibility, but if that means that they get to move further away from the Wii brand,
yeah, hell yeah. Like, it's nothing against backwards compatibility. Obviously, I like it because the Xbox is trying to do that right now. They're going the way of backwards compatibility. Hell, my Wii U has backwards compatibility, and I can still play my Wii games. The only thing is like right now, Nintendo literally has to get rid of backwards compatibility in order to do anything decent with their new system. They have to get rid of it.
Exactly.
So, do I sacrifice backwards compatibility for a better console and better experience with my games, or do I?
It's already proven that you can do it simply through software. Microsoft's done it.
Yeah.
So,
and both the 360 and the Wii U are PowerPC, so they don't actually need to build a Wii U inside this console. Do it software-wise.
They could do it software-wise, so I'm cool with it. Like, I'm willing to sacrifice BC for something better. It's just time. It's just time.
It saves cost on our end because they don't have to build a second console, so that's less price we have to pay, less cost for them, and less problems. And then we don't have to deal with them. Then we don't have to deal with them using an outdated software.
Yeah. True.
I
actually have some questions now.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So EJ Johnston asked us, "Who's your favorite development studio?" Mine is Zelda Team, whatever they're called. Nintendo A&D, blah 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 blah.
Anuma Thugs.
There you go.
Well, at a time it used to be Naughty Dog, but they lost my love a long time ago. So,
for me, it's Platinum.
Platinum is up there. It's probably, I'd probably have to go with the Zelda Team as well. And then maybe throw in Atlas in there, and then Platinum as well. So that's me. Any other questions?
This guy T-Dude73 said, "Do you think the NX will have a Vulkan API GPU inside of the home platform?" See, I am not very well
No clue what the hell that is.
I know that there was a rumor saying that it was a possibility that there was going to be the GPU, but I am not very well versed in that rumor, so I cannot even answer that question for you. But I'm just gonna say no because it sounds too advanced for what Nintendo would do.
Both the PlayStation and Xbox use the Jaguar, which is a custom-made GPU.
So
I would assume they're gonna get something similar.
I don't know what this guy's talking about.
And just for those of you who are like crazy on the backwards compatibility, you can always keep your Wii U to play your Wii games and stuff. I mean, nobody's forcing you to sell it. It's just you're gonna have to make. There's sacrifices
that need to be made. Like, look at it this way: if the gamepad alone makes the Wii U $100 more expensive. Now, just think about how much it's gonna make the NX more expensive by putting an entire Wii U inside.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta factor in cost even, because the whole idea, the one thing we know for a fact is that they came and said this console is going to be cheaper than the Wii U. They said this.
They said that?
Yeah, they said it.
They said they're going to
did.
go for a cheaper console this gen. So
So
there's
they
not
can-
possible for them to fit it inside and still keep the cost low. Then we're looking at $500, $600, and nobody wants to pay that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So that
Especially
makes sense.
after the Wii U, nobody's gonna be willing to pay that. chunk of
Yeah,
money for a Nintendo
people's
console.
Yeah.
faith is already shaken in them.
Yeah.
So not a lot of people are going to be dropping $600 like
For
just
no
like
damn. Yeah. So
just for some backwards compatibility, like when it could be done through software. It's like I just don't see the point.
Yeah.
yeah. I got a question here from Dave J. He says, "When do you think gaming industries are done?
Yeah.
Just aren't ready for it."
What
But
was
they're
the
trying to-
question?
Wow, you
It's,
totally cut out.
Oh, it's he asked, "When do you think gaming industries are done with physical discs?"
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah, they're kind of trying to phase them out now.
Yeah, they're
they're
kinda
gonna have
doing it
a
now.
hard
It's
time getting rid of that simply because they got to deal with all the retailers.
Yeah. And then you got gamers who still deal with games, so
But there's a
Like-
lot of gamers these days who are willing to go digital.
yeah,
Like I know a couple of people that are like they only buy like digital games now.
See, to me, that's crazy because when you buy a digital game, you don't actually own the game. You only
Yeah.
own the license to
the license
play
to
it currently.
Yeah.
So that to me is insane. When the physical copy costs the same, and you actually own it, and you can do whatever you want with it.
right.
I don't
Yeah.
like. I'm not one for digital games, other than like smaller indie games, because
Yeah.
they're just not gonna get a physical release, other than Shovel Knight. But
Hmm.
like, I don't buy my Nintendo games digitally. I don't see the point.
Right.
Yeah, I need to see that my Nintendo is actually gonna be like not my Nintendo account is actually gonna be what I need it to be before I feel comfortable getting retail games digital with them. But
Right.
I'm always gonna be a physical
Yeah.
gamer. Like even with the Xbox and the PlayStation, like I usually, or 9 times out of 10, unless I absolutely cannot, I get it physical. Like I get physical copies. I don't want to be digital only. I don't think that we are ready for that. But I do think that is something that the industry is putting a lot more.
They want
emphasis
it.
on.
They
Yeah, they
definitely
want
want it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they make more money. They don't have to worry about people sharing games and stuff.
Yep.
And like
And they don't have to worry about used games either. So like
can
they,
weed out the
it's,
middleman.
yeah, it's definitely gonna happen eventually, but it's gonna be a fight because like once they do this, retailers have no use for them anymore.
Yeah.
Like, why would a retailer carry an Xbox or a Nintendo when you can't sell their games anymore?
Yeah.
Right.
Very true.
So that's why I think it's gonna be a long time before that actually happens.
Yeah.
You
Because
think
like,
that
what
gamers
is
would
Nintendo
revolt?
gonna do? They're gonna sell their consoles directly from their website, and that's the only way to get one? I don't think so.
Yeah. Do you think that gamers would revolt though if that was a thing? Like they were like, "Oh, well, we're not selling a physical version." Do you think gamers would like legit?
I mean,
They
have a
did.
big
Look
thing.
what
they
happened with
already
the
did.
Xbox.
Look what happened to the Xbox is a
That's
prime
true.
example.
But a lot of the Xbox stuff was like some other stuff as well. Not
It was
just the
other stuff,
digital.
too.
But
It
a
wasn't-
lot of it was
yeah.
like the DRM stuff. People were scared. They're like, I
it's-
can't trade my
yeah.
games to my friends. I can't return my games. I can't do none of this shit.
Yeah. They weren't ready for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm both physical and like digital. I can do physical like for like really, like games that I know I'm gonna get some, change back and put toward another game. But like indie games are more the digital type
Yeah.
and free games. And if you can get a free digital game, then hell yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, for sure.
But going fully digital, there's no incentive in it. There's no incentive in it because what if
It's
you?
not even cheaper. Like,
It's not
Yeah.
the thing I
it's
don't
not.
understand is it is cheaper for what I'm just gonna use Nintendo. So it's cheaper for Nintendo to make a game digital only because pay for the disc. They don't have to pay for the shipping. They don't have to pay for stocking in stores. They don't have to pay for the little pamphlets inside. They're saving money, but none of these savings come back to you.
Mm-mm.
And
don't
on
get
top of
anything.
that, you don't own it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
There's no
like and
benefit other than being convenient, because it is super
right.
convenient because you get the game right at midnight and you can play right away. Whereas as a disc, you got to wait till the store opens, and on the Xbox and PlayStation, you got to install the shit after too.
Mhm.
It's annoying. So it is more convenient to have digital, but at the other, there's no other benefit other than being convenient. And I don't think that it simply being convenient is enough to warrant buying digital. At least for me,
Right.
I just don't see
Yeah,
it yet.
definitely not.
So do
Like
you think
You
that
don't even save any money.
do you think that maybe like dropping the price of digital games would that make it worth it, or is it
Like, I
still
think
not enough
digital games should be
incentive?
$10 cheaper.
they should totally be cheaper if it's digital.
I mean, but even if it's still cheaper, you still have all of the the downsides too. Like you don't technically own the game, so even if it is cheaper,
Yeah,
there's still
but
this
at
Yeah.
least
downside.
then there's an actual benefit.
Right. But then if they implemented something like where you can trade back the code for the digital code back to get toward another digital code, then that would be something I would look into, but they're not doing that right now, and they're not even talking about that even with
Well, Microsoft kind of put it in a survey. They're like, "Would you want 10% back?"
Yeah.
Which
Well,
would be
that-
$6.
that's
And then
nothing.
Steam lets you get refunds.
Yeah.
So if they
Wow.
had
And that's
something
another
like
thing
that,
too. If it's a game that's
That's
not that
because like a lot of PC games are broken.
Yeah.
Poured it over.
But yeah, if they had something like where you can actually get, a refund, like you have a certain day, like 7 days or something, or 10 days to get a refund.
Very big risk on console when you buy it digitally, because you could end
Yeah.
up with Street Fighter 5,
oh, digitally,
and then you could just be
too.
like super salty because you got tricked.
Oh my god, Alex.
But then nobody told you to buy a PlayStation for that, so
Y'all, come on, man.
what? What?
Just saying.
Just saying.
Like, that's why I go physical. When I'm done with the game, I get rid of it because I'm just like, fuck it. You're gonna go towards the next game that's coming out,
True.
and it's just like you can't do that with digital. It's just like, oh, there goes your money. You get
Yeah.
nothing back for it.
That's mostly why I buy digital anyway, because after I finish a game, if I'm not going to keep it in my collection, then I'm going to go ahead and, trade it in toward another game, and there you go. I'm not spending.
I don't know if it's like an old school thing, but I just like having the disc.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. It lets me know I own it, because if
Yeah.
anything happens to the file or something or corrupts, I can still download it again. Sometimes with digital codes, you could lose the digital code. Something weird could happen. I don't know how that shit works, and it
Well,
just
it's
doesn't
always
make me
tied to your
feel.
account, so that you don't need
Yeah,
to
but
worry.
what if they lock my account or some dumb shit?
Yeah,
like
then
that?
you're
Like,
screwed. Yeah.
Then I'm screwed.
You
So
can't play your game.
then I still can't play my game. Like, okay, I could open up a new account, but that account's screwed, and I have to buy the game all over again. Fuck you, no, I'm not doing that.
Or your saves are gone.
And
Yeah.
I don't care about that. That's one thing or another. But I mean, just being able to play, I'd have to buy the game all over again. And let's just say and since the games aren't, cheap digitally, you don't get no sales at half the time. Then I'm buying it full price again. No,
Yeah, true.
there's no deficiency in the price for digital codes.
Yeah, it only benefits the company, which really irritates me because like the consumer gets no benefit, no incentive to buy digital. You don't get a discount, which makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, you can find games on disc cheaper, like what the hell was it called? Plants vs Zombies: Garden Warfare 2 went on sale $20 less within 2 weeks,
Yeah,
but only on physical at Best Buy.
Yeah.
right.
It's like
So,
you don't get that on digital. Digital's always full price for the most part until like way later.
Yeah.
True.
So I don't know. It as it is right now. So it's just,
It
there's
doesn't.
nothing
Yeah,
to
it
buy.
doesn't. There's no incentives. So
Damn it.
you suck. Anyway, any more questions?
I don't have any more questions on my.
I don't either. Drone
which
Crusher
will-
talking crap.
Which will come out first, a new Mario Kart or a new Smash?
Probably Mario Kart.
Assume Mario Kart. Mario Kart takes 6 years. Smash Brothers. How long did this Smash Brothers take?
I'm not
I
sure.
don't know.
Or they might not even make a new Mario Kart. They might port the current one over and actually add DLC to that bitch. That
Just
would be
keep
nice.
updating
Just
it.
updating it. Give us some DLC. You really don't have to make a new one.
They could really do that too.
Yeah, because the game is fine. Just fix the freaking. I
We
guess
just need some new levels. That's all.
and some more levels. And I mean, for people who actually give a crap about the freaking dual mode, maybe fix that. But I really don't care.
Oh, they definitely need to put an actual battle mode in.
Yeah. So, but other than that, I mean, they could keep Mario Kart 8, just add some DLC characters, or
Yeah,
go
just
or
add some new levels, add some new
yeah,
characters, some new
yeah.
cars, and good to
There
go.
you go. Yep. Or just call it Nintendo Kart.
Yeah, I want it to
Uh,
evolve into Nintendo
I just
Kart.
would rather have a Nintendo Kart, to be honest. Like, let's just go there. Let's just do
Because
it.
like the way Smash has evolved to have all these other character franchises in here from
Yeah,
like not even
third
Nintendo stuff,
parties.
it's
Yeah,
awesome.
like it's awesome. So go ahead, just Nintendo Kart. Let's do it. Maybe we could actually see Captain Falcon.
Oh, come on.
I don't know, get Mega Man in there,
Just
get Ryu,
saying.
Cloud in there. It'll be sweet.
You
Get
know.
Bayonetta in there. Should
Oh
ride
my
that
God,
unicorn thing.
Bayonetta. Should ride on the unicorn. You're nasty.
It'll be great.
All right. So I see no more questions on this end. What about you, Nia, on your end?
No more questions.
All right, we're gonna call this thing over because I want to play some more Quantum Break, and you guys are cutting into my time. And I'm just gonna say it, even if this isn't Nintendo Cast, but I don't care. Quantum Break is the shit. You should try it out. If you have an Xbox and you don't have it, you're salty. Done.
It is awesome.
It is. It's a really good game. Check it out. So yeah, Alex, go ahead and do your log out. I guess I don't know whatever it is you do. Sign out.
What's going on, people? This is another week of Team Red Talks Nintendo. As usual, we bring you the NX rumors because they don't stop. They never stop. And we we didn't really talk about Star Fox.
Oh yeah. We did.
Way to go,
Did we?
Kumar. But anyways, so yeah, Miitomo. We talked about Nintendo going back to Red, and yeah, we had a lot of good stuff to talk about, and that's about it, I guess.
Was there an article for that?
No, it's just Star Fox comes out in like 2 weeks. I wanted to talk about it.
Then there, we talked about it. There, done.
Oh my god.
No, we can if you want to. Real
We
quick.
can talk about it next week.
Okay, we'll save it for next week then. Go ahead, Nia.
What is up, everybody? It's your girl Nia, the Video Game Her. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Thanks if you are watching live. You the realest. Thanks to those of you guys who are participating in the chat today. If you check this out for the archive, thank you also so much for checking out the podcast. If you like what you heard, make sure you give this a share and a like. If there's something that we didn't touch on that maybe you thought we should have touched on, you know what I'm saying? Leave a comment in the description and let us know how you feel about what's going on in the world of Nintendo right now. So that's all I gotta say, and I'm out.
You boy, and it's Coupon, your gaming diva, and I'm just like all out of whack today. I was unorganized today. I apologize, you guys. I was the host today and unorganized. Booyaka sha for that. So I will have this posted up later on my channel once it loads on their channel. I'm gonna rip it off of theirs and put it on here, so you'll see it on my channel later. And thanks for coming through, all of y'all in the live chat and all of y'all who check it out in the archives. We really appreciate it. Team Red is the shiznit. We are always on point.
Yep.
Team Green sucks. Team Blue ain't non-existent. It is what it is. And Drone Crusher, once again, you need to hit us up on some Smash because your Toon Link ain't shit. We all beat your ass already, so we'll just go ahead and do it again because that's just the way we roll. So enjoy that, and we're out of here.
Peace.
Deuces. Team Red is the shiznit.